Another beautiful day on the program, Woman to Woman, with yours truly, adorable Adisiwa Sawagie. Today on the program, we want to look at that thing that when that person that has it pass beside you or stand in front of you or is around you, you have cause to like carry your nose somehow. And some persons are not even discreet about it. They'll be like, oh, I need to leave here, that kind of a thing. Or after leaving a room or leaving a space, nobody wants to remain there. We're looking at body odor. Yeah, vis-a-vis mouth odor. Is it that these persons that have body odor don't know? What could be responsible? How can you help yourself? Because I know that naturally, every human being has got a smell. Yes, every human being does have it. If you think I'm joking, when you wake up in the morning, you've not had your bath, just, you know, perceive your body. And you know that even when you take your bath at night, yeah, sometimes it'll happen. So what can we do about it? How can you not know that you have it? How can you not know that you have it? Anyway, I have Susan Akpomera. She's a health and personal hygiene consultant. She's here with me today again on the program, Woman to Woman. Hello, Susan.
Yes, no, ma.
See, as you yori. Hey, this baby too fine.
Thank you, ma.
Black and shine. If you will find get no pimples. I'm in you now.
Thank you, ma.
How's everything?
Very well.
Honestly, I want to be like you. I want to be fine like you, you know. I want to be, you know, that kind of woman, you know now. Forever young woman. All right, Susan. You've heard what I said. You heard the introduction. We want to look at body odor. You know, what could be the... I don't know how to start this program today now. I just want to talk about body odor. You know, body odor. When we talk about body odor, can you just expatiate on this? What we mean about body odor, but the way they smell, you know?
All right. So first of all, I want to establish the fact that, like you said, the body has odor.
Definitely now.
And you would see that in like different parts of the body. And most of what causes this odor is usually number one, bacteria. So the body has normal bacteria. In the body. It's only when it now, you know, gets mixed with other bad ones that it now becomes very bad and, you know, can become what you now produce those smelly, you know, smells in quote. Let me use that.
Those scent, not scent now, very scent. The scent.
And then also there are chemicals, you know, around our bodies, the food we eat. Now people don't know that certain foods you eat can affect the smell you have.
Really?
Yes, there are foods. That's why it looks like when you eat things like garlic.
Yes,
foods like garlic, it can actually interact with the normal flora of your body, and you start having certain smells. So the environment you are too. So the body odor is influenced by the more natural factors, then also the kind of foods you eat, then also the environment you find yourself. If you stay in an environment that has unpleasant smell, with time you begin to smell where you are coming from. Okay. So that's why it looks like if you're in a room where maybe they spray insecticides, for example, or you're in a place where you know you're cooking and all that, it looks like you took the scent out. These things can also affect what you smell like. Now, and also certain health conditions can make people smell. People have cancers, people have, you know, skin infection, skin problems, can actually have odors coming from them. Then also when you are sweaty, okay, you did a physical activity and you had to sweat a whole lot, those things can actually produce different kind of odor, okay, and sometimes, and that's why it's very important. Now, let me not jump the gun. Okay, so so the activities that you do, the places you find yourself, the kind of food you eat, natural factors, then also bad hygiene. Now you can have body odor from having a very terrible hygiene. People who don't bathe a lot. There are people that say, I can bathe once a day, or I can bathe once in a week. Or you don't have to bathe a lot, people like that. I don't know how people are coping around you. I know how people are coping around you. So being in that kind of environment, okay, where you are very terrible, people also who repeat clothes.
Okay.
So now it could never be the fact that you're sweaty. It could be that you're wearing the same clothes over and over again. Now I want to know that there are microorganisms everywhere. So these things will always interact with your body fluids. You know, there are fluids, whether you realize it or not, there are fluids coming out of your body. So when these microorganisms interact with them, they'll produce this odor. So when you don't take care of yourself well, you have very bad body hygiene, a lot is going to happen.
Okay, a lot is going to happen. This is about the first time I'm laughing today, though. Honestly, I've been kind of a bit moody, but this is the first time I'm laughing. You're the one that's making me laugh. Okay, now let's take it one after the other. Did you say that the food that we eat, like garlic, and I know that a lot of persons eat garlic. I like to boil rice with garlic, you know, but maybe I don't know, but you know, if somebody have to tell, well, nobody have told me yet that I smell of garlic or any other thing, but I boil meat with it and all of that, so it's fantastic when you use garlic to cook, so that it affects your smell. Is not so news to me, but I've not heard anybody say, maybe the way I use it, but there are some persons that, there are some persons that the moment they pass beside you, you know, and the smell is offensive, even though it's medicinal, but the smell is offensive. But how can we deal with it? How can we deal with that smell? Let's take it from there. Is there anything we can do to douse that garlic smell? Okay.
Now, why you won't really actually get the smell for yourself is two things. Number one, it's because there are people who chew raw garlic a lot. They eat it like the way they eat biscuits. And garlic takes, it's as much as it's very good in your food, but the smell afterwards, it's not funny.
Particularly when you're in a place of work.
Exactly. So I will tell people that now there are people who have to be on maybe garlic therapy, maybe they are actually dealing with something, but regardless, when you know you have a public function and you know you have to be in a place the day before, and that very day, please avoid eating garlic. It's going to help the people around you. Now you can even brush, and there are still residues of that smell, because garlic has a very strong, pungent smell. So brushing can help. You will most likely not feel it when you cook it. Cooking actually, you know, tones down the whole garlic smell. But one thing you can do is please brush. If you have to eat garlic, which I feel like it's not that serious, but if you have to eat garlic, please ensure you just brush before you leave the house. It will help people. Okay,
you don't hear now. Now, let's look at the one that is very common, the one that hurts the nose so bad, the one that makes you want to puke sometimes, the one that you just, kilo day, that kind of a thing, you know? Yeah, that's the one we want to talk about, and that is the body odor. That's one, that bad one. Is it that those with, let's look at ladies with body odor now. I can, you know, maybe we can excuse the men, even if it's not right, but let's look at the women who are supposed to be like flowers, beautiful, something to be adorned, you know, something that is just lovely. And then I've heard men say that, okay, somebody actually sent me a message to say that, look, I like this girl so much, but I can't deal with it anymore. That each time they're in the room and they have cause to take off their clothes and all of that, he was just like, babe, just dress up. I need to go somewhere. It's because the smell that comes from her body, she takes her bath, she's beautiful, she's everything. But he said there is this stench that comes from her that he just cannot accommodate anymore. What can he do? And I said, okay, let's look for Susan to come talk about this. Now, there's this stench that comes out from some ladies, and they seems not to know. You know, we're not talking of the armpit now, from, you know, from the hair, you know, that area now, from the area 4 down below and all of that, you know. That one that comes from there, you know, is giving cause for concern to some people. So is it that they don't bathe well enough? And if they have to bathe that area, are there processes, are there steps you take to bathe that area? You know, breeze not they go there.
Yeah.
Why are you laughing? breeze not they go there, you know? So, you know, how, Susan, over to you, Biko.
Now, so I'm going to put that into two
Before we now go to the armpit too.
Okay, so now.
And for those who are quite busty under the boobs and all of that, Susan, it's up to you.
Now, I like the fact that we're segmenting it.
Yes, we have to, so that
different areas.
Yes, so that everybody will know where that shank is coming from.
Now, because you may be wondering, why do I have a stench? It may not be from your body, it may not be from your armpits. It could be under the boobs, it could be down there, it could be your feet, it could be like different places.
You know, when you say down there, somebody may just think that is their feet too.
Vagina, your vagina
area. That area.
Now, why does that place smell? It's different factors. Number one, there's a natural smell the vagina has. It's natural flora, natural everything. Secondly, a woman can have odor in the vaginal area if she's on her period. Some women actually have that very interesting smell. That's why I really advise ladies. Very interesting smell. Like very...
Okay, go ahead. I'm just trying to
record. Very interesting. Like, it looks like it's smelling down there when she's ovulating and when she's on her period. And that's why we tell, when you're on your period, please help us by bathing a lot.
All right, since I know what's going to happen now, let's take a short break. And when we come back, we'll deal with all of this.
Oh, okay.
So, PD, please, let's take a short break here. All right, thank you for joining us again on the program Woman to Woman, and I'm here with Susan Akpomera, a health and personal hygiene consultant, and we're talking about odor, smell, body odor, mouth odor. So that's what we're dealing with. And she stopped at interesting smell before we went on that break. So you said some ladies do have that smell when they're on their period.
Yeah. So that's why it's very important that you bathe and clean up your vagina during ovulation and when you're on your period, because it can produce a lot of odor. Mainly because of hormonal changes. Now that can actually happen. And secondly, when women have
before you move away from there, I know that there are some women who use a sanitary towel from morning up till night.
Now that is bad.
One sanitary towel. And the excuse is maybe because they don't bleed
a lot.
You just use one sanitary towel. Talking about it is even irritating. How can you do that to yourself? Just a sanitary pad. How much then they sell them? We know that things are hard, but it's not enough for you. Using one, I read from somewhere that not changing your sanitary pad can actually cause you some infections.
It can actually cause infection. Now, whether you bleed a lot or not, it's not an excuse to use one. You know, maybe people don't understand what period is. Maybe seeing your menses or your menstruation in quotes. It's a whole lot of, you know, body changes, you know, blood here and there. And the vagina is such that when you use your sanitary pad, it's enclosed, an enclosed space. So most likely you're going to have lots of good and bad bacteria. So when you use one all day, the funny thing is, even when you use one, you will pee. You will wear it again. You will pee, you will wear it again. Now, those microorganisms are like, oh, thank you so much, thank you so much. And before you know, you start itching. In fact, that's one thing you will just notice first. You begin to itch. And before you know, it begins to smell.
Okay.
So it's not advisable that you use one sanitary towel all day. Please change your pad. Thank you. Whether there's blood or not, please change it.
Okay, let's look at panties now, because I also read from somewhere that women should do cotton.
Yes.
But unfortunately, what you see outside that are cheap for most ladies are nylon, cellophane. Nylon, cellophane, you know, panties that are made of nylon-like materials. The cottons like St. Michael's, Triumph, and all of that cost quite a lot. And, you know, so normal now, girls are usually very stingy to themselves. When you see just one good cotton pound that sells for like 8K, 5K, like that, girls will say, how much did they sell them for Ring Road? I beg it. So, you know, I don't know what we can do to invest in cotton pounds instead of nylon. And this nylon that is everywhere, because you can afford to, like, even the nylon self, how long do you use your...
Now, the problem with nylon pants and cotton pants is one actually allows for ventilation. The only idea of wearing pants is as much as, okay, you are going to cover your vagina, please allow breeze to get in there. Because
allow the place to breathe.
Allow breeze. Allow it breathe. Now, because if it's not breathing in air, if there's no exchange of air in there, it traps moisture. So, you know, when we sweat, sometimes we sweat there too. It traps moisture, it traps microorganisms, and one of the breeding grounds for infection is a moisture area. So the moment the place is damp, covered, no air, nothing, you start having and treating infection back to back. I understand that cotton pants are expensive.
Quite expensive.
But I'm going to throw this question to you. Which would you prefer? Would you prefer to buy panties for 4,000 naira, or you want to keep treating infection for like 20,000, 30,000 naira? As this infection can be very stubborn, that you have to use both. Sometimes you have to use injections, you have to use drip, you have to use heavy antibiotics. So the both are hard, but you choose your hard. Choose the one that would help you better, because
okay. Now, how can our gender avoid smell from that area? Just give us bullet points. How can our gender avoid smell from that area? You know, we want to know.
All right, so number one, ensure you wash your vagina. Now, there are two. The thing is, okay, I don't want to go into all the many biology, but there is an outer and there's an inner one.
Yes.
The inner one is self-cleansing, but the outer one you need to wash.
The inner is self-cleansing.
It's self-cleansing. So the outer one is the way you wash, okay? Now, and we tell people don't use medicated soap. Some people start using
all sort of medicated soap, all sort of douches.
You don't need those things.
Even antiseptic.
Please, you damage, once you damage that normal flora and you distort it, you open that place up for infection. So use water and non-medicated soap, and that's enough. Now,
can we use hot water?
Warm,
very hot water.
No, please, warm water.
To cook the place.
It's not chicken feather that you are trying to remove.
Because I've heard ladies say, okay, they're going to sit on hot water because they have infection and all of that, and that hot water will travel inside and go and do some damage. Their girlfriend, you are cooking the place.
It's not
you are
beef.
Cooking it.
It's not turkey, please.
And after cooking, bacteria will say, oh, this is nice, this is lovely. So you don't need hot water, at least I read that much. Okay, so Susan, go ahead. What else?
Water, then also, if you have an infection, don't self-medicate. Go and do a test. Most ladies don't do it.
Can we use salt? Because
please don't use salt. Don't use Maggi.
Let's not call in the brand now. Some people use a lot of spices.
Stuff. Don't use spices.
And some people put garlic in there. I know they put garlic, which is dangerous.
All these things are just bad practices. Please, you're not trying to cook turkey stew. So please, if you have any issue, go and do it. Proper tests and be given the right medication.
Okay.
For you, if you have an infection. Then thirdly, change your pants every 3 months. Now there are people who wear one pant for 1 year, the same pants for 2 years. Now that is so bad.
And I love for the pants for goodness sake. I love for it. And there are some who will just use, I love this pants so much. And then when the thing is tearing, you are using needle to stitch it and all of that. It's bad.
No, this is so bad.
Don't get used to it. Don't love something that is bad and big.
Change your pants every 3 months. And also, when you treat an infection, don't wear the same pants that you wore
when you
before.
Had an
Yes,
infection.
please. When you treat an infection, throw all your pants away and buy new ones. Okay. Then also, iron your pants. Yes, if you don't have sunlight, go tell people, ensure you dry your pants in the sun. It helps to kill all the microorganisms and all of that. Because most times we just dry it in the bathroom. And that doesn't even help.
It's fear of people stealing panties now. That's why somebody is just hiding.
So that's why if you can't dry it outside.
You sold it outside, so people will package the pants and go and use it as they say. I don't know how true that is. So that's why ladies are hiding their pants.
So
now,
please use iron for your pants. Iron your pants, it would help. Then also watch where you pee. Some ladies are actually careless. They pee anywhere and sit on toilet bowls that you can't obviously see that it's not okay. They just sit. For me, I don't know, I feel like it's scary. Please, if you can stand. If you can, please don't sit on toilet bowls that are not yours. Please. Because you don't know who using the toilet seats. So all these little things,
particularly public toilets.
Please avoid sitting on public toilets. Don't get places. I just want to just find a way. we understand what we're saying. But just avoid sitting on those places.
Okay.
Then also ensure that you change your undergarments. Now, there are pants and there are tights.
Here, I was going to go there. We do pants, we do tights, we do gym, we do.
No
for
breeze.
where breeze no they reach, you're still
no breeze. So these are the reasons why you keep having odors. Please allow the place. If you can wear just pants, please wear just pants. If you can need to wear tights, fine. And they don't need to wear pants and tights and all that the same bum bum. It's too much work.
Okay.
It's supposed to allow that place. The more air you allow in there, the less infection you will have. And also, if you need to do minimal shavings, also because the air is there to can actually trap microorganisms.
Okay, now let's look at the under breast and then the mouth. What should we do? We have like 2 minutes to do this.
Okay, so for armpits, ensure you shave regularly. Please buy perfume.
So I like to plate that place, you know, plate Bombali. Just do
they want to do braid.
And then they will now wear sleeveless.
With the air.
Man. I don't know where these girls come from. Whether not Gumel. I don't know. You just
please
shave.
Please shave. Please buy perspirant. Buy roll-on. They are roll-on as cheap as 1,000 naira. Buy roll-on, buy perfume.
There are some 500 naira. Say.
Yes, please invest in. Don't say I actually met someone who said she doesn't use perfume, so I know she smells natural. I said, Madam, you are smelling. Please,
natural
perfumes, please. Invest in perfumes in different types. Then also for under your breast, you know, in just the same way your vagina is covered under the breast. For people like us who have big boobs, you need to.
People like you, though. I don't know what you're talking about yet.
People like us that have big boobs. Please raise it up and wash under it. Don't just wash alone. When you are drying your body, please raise it up and clean on them. Because sometimes we just clean our bodies
and there'll be residue
of water and soap there. Before you know, you begin to itch you, and if the bad thing is with the moisture, then we still wear bra. And then it begins to store. And before you know, you won't know. The thing is that most times you won't know you are smelling. People that will not be like that.
I'm telling you.
Sometimes when you put your bra, perceive it. So clean under there, dry it, wash your bras. This is so important. Then I understand you like that black bra that you wear. I understand.
So look at me,
you like that black bra, please change it. Change the black bra.
All the red thread and green thread that I using to tack it in shades.
Please change your bra. You don't have to wear one bra for 1 year. It's not necessary. So change your bras. It will also help.
How about for those who want to like, and the guy will just, it reminds me of one popular toothpaste when we were growing. And the guy was like, oh no, you know, the mouth thing is another crazy area.
Now, the mouth thing is very broad, and I feel like it's a different conversation entirely, because we call it, because I'm a dental nurse, I'm a licensed one, and we call it halitosis, mouth odor, call it halitosis, and there are different factors to what causes it. We have natural factors like fasting, like early morning breath, you know, and all the likes. Then food factors like garlic, onions. There are some foods that naturally give you mouth odor. You eat suya, you eat all those things.
We like suya.
You like eating suya, so the onion thing and all of that. Then there is also mental halitosis. People we call it pseudo halitosis. People who think their mouth is smelling, but it's a mental thing. So that one is a different ballgame entirely. And also when people
we'll do this again.
Yeah, we need to.
We've only succeeded in doing body odor today.
Yes, mouth odor is very broad. Yeah.
All right, and just to add that for those of us who have big labs, you know, that the labs are closing together, take time to open your legs and wash in between. I'm not saying you should wash the very, very essence of you, no. Just wash in between the time, because sometimes the things where they're there, when you open the legs, it becomes a garbage sin or some, so to speak. So let's do our best possible. And when somebody is kind enough to tell you that, look, I think you should do something about your body odor, no fight the person. You take it as a good advice and go and work on yourself, okay? And for those who run into the bathroom and run out, you're talking to somebody, I want to take my bath. Before you say that the person is out of the bathroom, I know a lot of them like that, please. Perfume will not help you. Even if you use all the sosorobia in this world, it will not help you. Instead, it will make matter worse for you. Susan, we're doing a part 2 next week, because next week we're going to talk about mouth odor. So thank you for finding time to be with us here today. All right. I hope you are not offended. We'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.